Fresh.
It's Fresh 102.7. Dylan hanging out with Paramore. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Haley, Taylor, Jeremy, welcome.
Thank you.
So yeah, you guys have been through a lot of stuff as a band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot. I'm guessing as a result of past drama, the three of you are closer than ever these days.
That is a true story. Yeah.
You even got a tattoo to show.
Yeah.
It's,
True
all
story.
three of you got this.
Got him.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
And was it just like a spur-of-the-moment decision, let's do this?
Kind of.
Yeah, it kind of
I mean, we talked about it a little bit, and then we were on Warped Tour, which is one of our favorite things. I mean, I think Warped Tour is a big reason why our band became successful. You know, I think we owe a lot to that tour. So I think it was kind of cool. We had a tattoo artist come out on that tour, and it was kind of just a really cool bonding time.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy variety of bands on Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Who did you enjoy like hanging out with the most and playing with?
Oh, man, we've done it. We've done the Warped Tour. I was counting the other day, like 6 or 7 times. And 2007 was a really good year because there were a lot of, like, some of our favorite metal bands were out. Like Killswitch Engage was out. But there were also a lot of bands like Bayside and Newfound Glory and, like, pop, more pop punk bands. There was a really good mix of everybody, and we made a lot of friends that year. We were also, like, our first year in 2005, we were one of the smallest bands on the whole thing, and we made friends with this band called My American Heart, who we then, after Warped Tour, did, like, 4 tours with.
Oh, wow.
It's a really cool way to meet people, and I think, more importantly, it's, like, a really great way for your band to sort of lay the groundwork and, like,
Exposure.
Yeah.
To all kinds of different audiences.
Yeah.
And suddenly you blow up. Yeah, it's great. Taylor, you jumped into the songwriting process with Haley. And how did that exactly happen? How quickly, or maybe I should say, how long did it take for you guys to gel and bounce ideas off each other?
Well, I mean, I met Haley when I was like 12, and we wrote a song together way back then. It's called "Oh Star."
Yeah, B-side of the first record.
And so I think we've actually written kind of here and there over the last few years. So it
wasn't completely
wasn't
foreign.
completely exactly. So it definitely took us a little bit to figure out a rhythm, and a lot of it is just, especially when you're creating by yourself, it's difficult. But especially when you're creating with more than one person, like kind of coming up with one piece of art is can be a difficult thing, but I think it's really beautiful, and I think it turned out better than had it been just one of any of us. So.
Jeremy, did you jump in on any of the songs, add some words here and there?
Yeah, add some words. If I added words, it would be terrible. You would hear like McDonald's in our songs and like things like that. Oh,
can I get some more ketchup?
Yeah.
A burrito, maybe?
Yeah.
Jeremy and I accidentally wrote, well, I guess it was accidental.
Yeah.
We wrote this interlude called Holiday on the record, like, while Taylor was out grocery shopping.
I was going to say, I listened to the whole album this morning. I like the interludes, little ditties, right? How did those come about? Just screwing around and it happened, like, hey, this is kind of cool, but it's not a song. Let's just make it is that exactly pretty much it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we are kind of in a little bit of a writer's block.
Yeah.
Phase, and so I think we just kind of saw a ukulele in the room and started having fun, and so it was actually when we were just making demos, and we just ended up using the demos and made them put those on the record. So it just kind of felt like a part of the story, like it had to be a part of the record.
Yeah, I like how it really flows. Like every song goes into the next one. It's like telling a story. Last Hope. Last Hope really jumped out at me as a different sound for you guys.
Cool.
Tell me about that song and its emotions.
Oh, man. After we wrote Last Hope, I think I emailed or called our manager, like, right away. Because, he was asking how things were going with the writing and how everyone felt, just about where things were going. And there was a short period where nothing was coming out of us. It was just like, writer's block, and we just felt really dried up. So I called him and was like, man, we just wrote this song. I think it's like, I think this song is like our purpose, like I feel like it's the reason that our band has lasted this long is so we could write a song like this, and I can't wait for us to play it live because it is really emotional and
It's intense.
a lot went into it, I mean, there's a lot of I don't know, I guess there's a lot of sides to it, but my favorite thing was us getting in and doing gang vocals for the end of it, you know, and that's the part that I think is going to come across and take its own life at the live show.
From Nashville to Los Angeles, you've spoken about how the move really opened you up creatively. It got rid of that writer's block. And what else did it do, L.A., other than great Mexican food?
And they do have great Mexican food.
What's your favorite? It's tough to go wrong, I know.
Dude, well,
Fish tacos are good.
yeah, right across the street from the studio, there was this place called Tacos Delta, and it was just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever say screw it and just go to Del Taco?
Yeah, literally every day we would just go over there. It's a real authentic little Mexican spot, tiny little place.
I love whenever I'm on the West Coast. If it's if it's authentic, it's amazing. Even if it's Del Taco, I love the quesadillas. I wish Del Taco was in New York.
Yeah.
So Future, the last track on the album, starts very slow. It's got a dramatic crescendo. It rocks, fades out completely, and comes back to rock more. What is the story behind this epic 8-minute jam?
Future is actually one of the first things that was written for the record, and it was the last song that actually kind of it was the first thing that we started, and I think the last thing that we finished, because we didn't really understand what it was going to be. We kind of knew that it was going to be something conceptual, but we didn't quite understand that concept.
Yeah.
And so it didn't really happen until we started recording, and it just was this mashup of these two pretty, opposite emotions. I mean, it's both very emotional, kind of nostalgic for us personally, but we just literally drew a fade and figured out how they went together, and and then Haley's like, I want to fade it out and fade it back in. And then that's
To
what
throw
we did.
people off.
Yeah,
Well, hey,
I'm
it's
a
not
Smiths
over.
fan, so I wanted to kind of.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
I'm a Smiths fan.
Oh, yes. They're great.
It just happened.
Yeah, it did happen.
So you got a sold-out show tonight at Hammerstein. Love that venue.
That's right.
Where else do you enjoy playing here in the city? And what do you love about New York? What do you do when you're here?
New York is one of the greatest cities in the world.
Yeah,
it's just
it
the
is.
truth. Everything about it.
There's always something to do.
There is.
Always.
And there's always pizza around the corner.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Have you done the touristy stuff, or you just go right for the cool stuff?
We mostly just do the cool stuff.
Yeah.
I still to this day have not gone to like the Statue of Liberty or any
Neither
of that
have I.
stuff.
We
We've
Staten
never done
Island
that.
Ferry beats
We're
all
gonna
that.
do that.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go to, because the statue, they don't even let you go all the way up. Or
Oh,
do
do they
Did
not?
they reopen that? I don't know.
Oh,
Not
okay.
yet, yeah.
Not yet.
Maybe
But
if they reopen it, we'll do
Staten
that.
Island Ferry, you can just get a beer and cruise back and forth. It's amazing
Oh, that's
views.
cool.
That sounds awesome.
And it's free.
But we did,
And
you
it's
know,
free.
one of our first trips, we used to play the Continental all the time, and I don't know if bands are still playing there or what.
No, yeah, they changed it into a bar.
It's different.
It's weird
I
now.
walked by it the other day. We were staying on that side of town, and it just looked way different. And it kind of made me sad. But we did actually our first CMJ showcase. We played CBGBs, and now it's gone, and I cry all the time about it. But the fact that we got to play there, we played there 2 times.
That's
actually.
killer, yeah.
It's huge. I mean, that's such a big deal for us as a rock band. It's to have that.
It's not totally dead, though. You just saw what John Varvatos has done
I've
with it. It's pretty
heard.
cool.
I don't fully
Really?
understand it. I haven't read up on it, but
He's preserved the walls and stuff.
Okay.
So you still get the vibe. I mean, obviously it's a clothing store. It's never going to be what CBGB's was, but it's not like it was ripped down, It's not like it
Yeah.
was destroyed. So that's a cool thing, definitely.
Yeah, that is nice.
Grassroots, you mentioned Continental. Do you ever go to Grassroots, that dump on St. Mark's Place?
I don't think we ever played Grassroots.
Oh, it's not a, just for drinks.
Oh, it's not a venue.
just a dump
See,
of a
obviously
bar.
we don't know about it.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
what Continental is now that they don't have
Yeah,
bands.
I don't even know.
It's
I've
a
never
nicer
even heard
dump
of Grassroots. Maybe we could check that out.
Yeah.
Yep.
It depends. If you don't like real dumps of bars, then don't bother.
Okay.
Where was I? You got quite the itinerary ahead. You're going down south for a few more shows, then you go into Europe and playing everywhere from Poland, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands. Which countries are your favorites? And how different are the crowds? Or is it just like a fan is a fan no matter where in the world?
I feel like our fans are different. Our shows are different everywhere we go. There's a lot of cool places. We're also going to Russia, which we've never been to, so that's kind of exciting. But I guess we love going different places for different reasons. I mean, I think what's really cool is that we've gone to most of these places so many times that we have familiar faces in the crowd at all the shows. So we feel like we have friends that are fans all over the place.
Do that thing where you light up the crowd and look
yeah,
around.
it's so rad.
Take pictures from the stage.
That's right.
That's always fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Have you ever reached out to Paramore Supply Company and said, "Hey, we'll trade the .net for the .com"?
We were just
You
talking
gotta be
about
literally
it.
We just
Like-
tried to call them, and I
Like,
think the
let's-
number
like,
the
we
number
called
is
them
disconnected.
Less than an hour ago,
Yeah,
we
that's
tried to
funny.
call
Tried that.
them. for
Well,
the
I saw
first time.
2009 on their website. I'm like, do they even still exist?
I don't
Maybe
think
not.
they exist.
I guess not.
Maybe you can get that .com.
Yeah, maybe we
Dude,
can.
for all
We
this
should just
time.
get it
Yeah.
and reroute it to .net.
We would
So
have to
people
make
stop-
.net is where it's at, man.
Yeah, I gotta-
People don't know this yet, but that's everything's going
Everything's
.net.
Everything's going
It's gonna be
to
MySpace.net, Facebook.net.
You're right.
People are gonna be like, remember when there was .com?
So do you have time? Like, wait, Russia, you said you've been to many places before, like the Netherlands and stuff, but are you going to have time? Like, is there downtime to go and explore? Or is it just back on the bus or plane or whatever?
Kind of don't really know until you get there
Yeah.
and kind of see the part of town you're in. And, you know, a lot of times we don't know our press schedule or what we're doing until that day. So kind of play it by ear. But we try to get out if we can. I mean, absolutely, if it's not too cold.
Other bands you're excited to see during the course of your own tour?
Ooh, I haven't looked to see who else playing these festivals we're gonna do, but usually it's cool to play the European festivals because it's a lot of metal,
Yeah.
a lot of heavy bands, and we actually really enjoy that. Like one of our first festivals we did overseas was Download, and I think that's in the UK. I don't think it's in
Yeah,
Europe.
it's just
And Dragon Force played, and it was insane for us to be on the same bill. There were like dudes with Pantera shirts, like rocking out to our music. I was like,
Are those the kind of bands that are like,
Yeah.
like
Don't
Cannibal
forget-
Corpse?
Don't forget, we played this tent, okay, and it was like crazy, packed out, and Korn was playing after us.
Korn's
Yeah,
awesome.
I do.
And
Yeah.
we're like, we are gonna get like booed off the stage, and they were all like, yeah, like they were awesome.
If you
So-
can win over a corn crowd,
We
I
love
know.
that's good.
We
That's
love the
damn
challenge.
good, yeah.
We love it.
You also love Breaking Bad.
We
Yes.
do.
I do as well. How do you think it's going to end?
Man,
Oh gosh, I don't want to think about
I don't know
it.
how they're gonna
I
end it in
am
such few
so
shows.
excited.
I don't want
Yeah.
Walter White to,
Go to jail or
Me
anything.
either.
I don't want it.
Dude, what's gonna happen to Dexter too? That dude's definitely gonna
Well,
croak
let's
this
don't.
next season.
let's
And the
don't
next
do
season's
that.
the last one, I think they announced, right? It's going to be
Yeah.
the final season of Dexter as well.
Yeah.
Sad times for TV.
Hate to see
man.
Dexter go.
So Paramore, the intentionally self-titled new album is out now. I really love playing Still Into You on Fresh. It's such a fun video. It's up to nearly 10 million views on YouTube.
Nice.
Are you even aware? You keep track of that kind of stuff, or people just tell you and you're like, that's pretty cool.
That's kind of normally how it happens.
Yeah.
Our fans are so, gosh, they're so
Computer
connected.
savvy.
They know they
Yeah.
actually know more about our band, I think, than we do.
I think so too.
So they always will tweet us and be like, "Oh my gosh, look how many people have watched your video!" And
Yeah, that's right.
it's really cool. It's so cool. Makes no sense that that's been watched 10
Yeah, I
million
know. I
times.
don't get it. It's amazing.
Well, it's a great album. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to the entire thing today, and Paramore.net.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
stopping by Fresh.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Woo!